Okay, so before we start this video, I have to say that we have finally made it. We have Historic Anthology 7 gems unlocked. I wanted to get the Explorer Anthology 3, but the community has corrected me in some way. And now looking at it, I mean, the Titans themselves are kind of worth this pack. We're going to give in and put almost a final touch on the artifacts build with Giver of Ruins coming up very soon. And we are very close to a Titans deck as well. Let's get into the actual video, but we are going to open up our Historic Anthology 3. All of these cards, very brand new, free-to-play account. We started this in August 1st, 2023, and it is going strong. We have gotten so many milestones. We have collected so many cards, and we play in Historic on this channel, and I don't think I've had any problems whatsoever. So if you are disciplined, if you are dedicated, and if you actually open your stuff correctly, Historic is achievable for everybody, almost everybody, especially if you have some experience playing Magic the Gathering. We are in Diamond Tier 3, and now, drumroll, we are going to make a quick change to this deck based off of the cards that we just got for 4,000 gems. Look at all these beautiful cards. Look at this Historic collection growing ever stronger as the days go by. Cool. So we're going to make one quick change. We want the 4 metallic rebukes. We want to get rid of slip out the backs, most likely. Maybe the one Hope of Ghirapur. We keep the one Sire Ginger in here. Keep one slip out the back just in case. Because here's the thing. Giver of Ruins. A lot of people say Skrell for this deck. And though I do 100% agree, if you're facing off against black, that's when you really want Skrell to get rid of the fatal pushes, etc., etc. The problem is Skrell is that he is a 1/1. And what do we know that is another 1/1 that is a 2-drop that is in black that might actually make this card not as great as it would seem on the surface, right? We have the Orcish Bowmasters, of course, loud and in charge in Historic. So we are going to be running Giver of Ruins instead because it is a 1/2, and we are going to be putting this on the sideboard, not because I don't think it's a very powerful piece. I think this is one of the best pieces in this deck. The thing with sideboards is that you need these cards. That's why they're part of the sideboard. These are not subpar pieces of your deck, but we only need it against Rakdos. We only need it whenever we fear the Bowmasters coming down and having its day with us. Because of a lot of our stuff gets removed on turn 2. Skrell gets removed on turn 2. Hope of Ghirapur, Esper Sentinel. These all get removed on turn 2 by Orcish Bowmasters. But if we could get out a Giver of Ruins, we are actually going to put up a fight defending ourselves to some degree. And it can't do the 1 damage Giver of Ruins, which means that they actually have to use a fatal push on Giver of Ruins and then Orcish Bowmasters. So you pull more cards out of their hands, and that makes Lurrus even more dangerous on the later game. So that is the main change to this deck. And I've noticed I haven't done like a deep delve into this deck. I've played a couple of rounds with it. We've upgraded it a couple of times, and it's come to this form right here. So let's go into a deep dive of exactly why I think this deck is incredibly powerful. We have elements of being an aggro deck. We do have some elements of that, especially if you could drop Ornithopter, Retrofitter Foundry, turn 1, make this into a 4/4, turn 2 Esper Ensoul Artifact. On the Retrofitter Foundry, you're swinging in for 9 on turn 2. So you do have that side of the game. You also have really nice tempo-y kind of grinding into the late game things by always having a threat on the field with things like Esper Sentinel, which if you don't pay the taxman with Esper Sentinel, you get to draw a card every time they cast a non-creature spell to try to get cards out of your library. Innovative Metatect, again, allowing you to on tempo, on aggro, start to get cards out of your library. So turn 1 Vault Skirge, and then turn 2 drop the Innovative Metatect, and then swing with the Vault Skirge. After dropping the Metatect, get a card out of your library. Once they remove all your stuff, drop Lurrus. Hopefully they don't have any more removal, and put it all back out on the field again. We also have ways to control the battlefield with things like Metallic Rebuke, which a lot of times, especially in Historic, people are playing on curve. They're not playing necessarily around counter spells. They do exist for sure. You have to play your combo if you're playing in Historic. Therefore, Metallic Rebuke can disrupt that. And if they can play, they're not going to hold up 3 mana per turn. They're going to use all of their mana every turn. Well, that's what you should be doing in Historic, in my humble opinion. I try to use all of my mana on all of my turns, but being able to use your mana on the opponent's turn with stuff like the Retrofitter Foundry, as well as a Metallic Rebuke, gives us a lot of options to actually hold mana up and not be losing. And they're going to be doing the same thing. They're going to be tapping all of their mana, and once they do, then we Metallic Rebuke whatever that spell is, and lo and behold, we are winning in that exchange for sure. Now we have Giver of Ruins that actually gives us protection against the big bad meanie, Black, and Rakdos. Orcish Bowmasters cannot hurt us now. Shieldred is still a pain, but we are in a position where we can at least make sure that we can get our damage off. If they have a Shieldred on the field and we have a 5/5 and they're a 4 health, well, guess what? You give that target creature whatever Ensoul Artifact is on in this situation. You give it protection from Black, and lo and behold, you can get the damage off and win the game. We also have things that make our small things into large bombs, with things like Michiko's Reign of Truth and all that glitters. If you are familiar with this deck, you well know that Ornithopter swinging in for 9 on turn 4 is not near unheard of. Therefore, the opponent has removed your absolute garbage creatures before you start dropping your quote-unquote bombs, which is Michiko's Reign of Truth, which they have to remove twice every time you target different creatures. There's not a lot of enchantment removal going around these days. Therefore, this does get procs. Fantastic stuff. And they might have to remove Ornithopter turn 2, Ornithopter turn 3, turn 4. They have to deal with Michiko's Reign of Truth on the backside of it. And then we can get it all back with Lurrus. We're going to get into some matches. We're going to see how much value Giver of Ruins gives us for these matches. I'm imagining that it is coming in quite often. Thank you for joining today. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's go in and crush some folks. Let's show people that you do not have to spend obnoxious amounts of money on Magic the Gathering Arena in order to smash face. Yes. Now, I have said a lot of things about historic events in the past, but lo and behold, we do not have any money to go into any historic events. I want to make sure that this deck is good and ready for historic events before we actually spend currency there. And one way of doing that is getting up into Mythic in Ranked. And once you get into Mythic and Ranked, you're probably ready to go into historic events. So we're going to be doing that over the next few days. We're going to be seeing if we can get up into Mythic Rank before the season is over. Yeah, we're going to up to play first, of course. We got the Scourge, we got the Ornithopter, all that glitters, Ensoul Artifact. It's got a lot of good stuff. Especially the opponent is not playing Black. We do pretty well against Black. I could show you the actual results of games at the end of these rounds here today. We could go over and we're going to look at that on untapped.gg. Going to show you what this deck is strong against, what the deck is weak against, all of the mumbo jumbo. He does not yet have 2 mana, therefore we could Vault Skirge here. It looks like he is going to have Orcish Bowmasters. We're going to see Black come down anytime. Maybe mono green. Maybe I misread that. Well, if you're just playing mono green, we take this, we drop this, we swing for 5. down to 10, and we should be able to way outpace the opponent, especially since we're in the air. He can block with this thing. Palukranos, yes. Magic, wizards. Please come up with easier names for your things, please. Enter that tapped, put that here on the Ornithopter. A little bit harder to remove than the Hope of Ghirapur, and we swing. Oh, it's just way too easy. It is just way too easy. Boseiju. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. Well, we're going to grab the Hallowed Fountain. Enter, tapped. And do you take 5 or do you block? You take 5. Always the mono green players and their Boseiju who endures. There's Nyx. That's good. That's very strong. But is it strong enough? We draw nothing. We pick up the Lurrus. We drop this. We swing 4, 6, and he has to block the Vault Skirge. We get a damage off. Now, we could have run into a bit of a trap there, maybe another Boseiju, but hey, again, beggars and choosers, this is a tempo deck, baby, which means we're doing tempo-y things all day long. End the turn. Okay, he's gone. We handle mono green really well, too. We are unfortunately not going to have to use Giver of Ruins for this matchup. Glass Casket seems good, but getting that damage off so quickly is very strong indeed. Also, maybe 2 Metallic Rebukes, and because he's going to have things that digs deep into his library, whichever spell that you think it might be, whether it's the Storm, the Festival, and cards like Storm the Festival. That's what we're going to pull 2 Metallic Rebukes into the match for, and then of course we're going to use Glass Caskets to get rid of slightly larger things. We're going to drop a Portable Hole, a Hope of Ghirapur, one of the Metatects, and we're probably going to go down one Ingenious Smith as well, because we've kind of diluted our artifact base a little bit, right? Because we added the Metallic Rebukes, which means we're going to have less of an opportunity to hit artifacts. Just a little bit though. Yeah, we're going to take one out. It's so hard to sideboard for this deck because it's so well optimized. It works like a well-oiled machine anyway. Unless you get no lands in your opening hand. And again. And, yeah, we're okay. Well, all right, this is a loss, guys. This is how, you know, the opponent needs a win. Really does. I'm happy for you. I really am. This is, well, we're going to mulligan down to 4. Okay. Well, good game. Good game. Thank you, Shuffler. That was a fake game. Scripted by the Shuffler to make us want to uninstall Magic the Gathering Arena, but alas, here we go into the next round. Round 3, and, well, okay. Yeah. Here we go. We actually have 2 lands here. We did it. We drew lands. I have increased the land count in this to 22. Usually, when the arena wants me to die with this particular deck, it allows me to, what should you call it? It allows us to flood rather than get mana screwed. I guess today it wants us to get mana screwed. We drop Esper Sentinel, we pass the turn, Delighted Halfling comes down, we drop this, pass turn, Vault Skirge, no attacks, etc, etc, etc. Next turn we take the Delighted Halfling or the Poltergeist thing, the thing that costs 3, that's a 4/5 that blocks things in the air. Oh, okay. Utopia Sprawl. Taps his Halfling. Okay. Now it's casting something for 2. Oh, that's a lot of things on this 1 mana. Okay, well, if we can find a way to blow that 1 mana up, we are looking really, really solid. Let's start this off with all that glitters on the Vault Skirge. That's a 5/5. Get in for 6 damage. He seems like the kind of guy that really needed a win. Down to 4 cards. Invasion of Ixalan. It's a good one. Alright, opponent. You shouldn't have any problem finding lands. It should just be forest from what we've seen. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did I just miss something? Because I thought, you may look at the top 5 cards, you may reveal a permanent. Oh, I thought this was the one that grabbed the land thingies. Okay, I am mistaken. Let's take the halfling. He's gone. Swing 6 here, 1 here. Karn is going to be a problem. Karn is going to be a problem. Yeah, I thought this was a different card altogether. Do you want to pay the tax man? You do. Okay. That's what we like to see. He scoops. I'm glad that some of these battles are starting to get played even in historic. You know, people are trying new things now, and I like that. I really appreciate that. This invasion, getting the Karn to the hand. For 2, that's pretty solid. You know, I highly doubt he'd ever want to flip it, but just getting the Karn into the hand was pretty clutch for him. But, alas, our aggro is just way too aggro. Here we go, boys and girls, into the arena once again. We are, of course, playing Azorious Artifacts with 3 copies of Giver of Ruins that we got from the Historic Anthology 3. Yes, you guys have convinced me the Historic Anthology 3 is probably the mightier of the 2. I still like the Explorer Anthology 3. I really do. But Giver of Ruins is just so tempting, and all of those Titans. Getting a bunch of Titans out is awesome. This looks like a matchup for Giver of Ruins whenever we are sideboarding. We already face Rakdos pretty well, but with a Giver of Ruins, it becomes even easier. Okay, pass. Pass. Opponent does Questing a Druid. Interesting. Into your next turn, right? Until your next end step. There he is, the Orcish Bowmasters. Very cute. Okay. We take 1 damage. Why did you do that? He could have went for face, but he did not. Alas, our luck reigns supreme. We are going to drop this bad boy. We are going to drop this bad boy. We are going to grab the Bowmasters. We are going to swing. And yes, we want to do it like that. We're going to drop the Ingenious Smith. We are looking for, I guess we're looking for the Hope of Ghirapur, actually. And there's the Bowmasters. That's why we want Giver of Ruins in the deck. Yep, this is fine. I would make the argument that he completely misplayed. Drop the Hope of Ghirapur, swing for 4. Opponent takes it like a chump. And I think we just pass the turn. Just pass it right back to the opponent. Weird way to use the Orcish Bowmasters here. Alright, so he wants to pass on to us. We sack this. Okay. We're successfully able to sack it. And now we get all that glitters. Interesting. We could always pick up the Lurrus. Wow, you know what? We talked about Orcish Bowmaster, but I don't think this is how you're supposed to be using the Orcish Bowmasters, my man. Okay. I mean, I accept. Right, we drop this. We make another 1/1. We drop all that glitters on the 1/1. Come on, man. Like, give me a challenge. The Bowmaster match. The match of the Bowmasters. That's what we're calling this. All right, and the Fatal Pushes. We need Giver of Ruins so bad. Well, he is on a 2-turn clock. Okay, so here's what we do. We swing. He goes down to 4. We shock in the Fountain. We pick up the Lurrus. We play the Lurrus. We play the Ornithopter. We pass the turn. So much value. Orcish Bowmaster. You know what? It was a good try. It was a good try. Best card in Historic is Orcish Bowmasters. Oh, and the Wandering. Oh, yeah. And Children of the Apocalypse. Yeah. A lot of the new stuff, but we are going at them with the old school. The OG. Now that they're adding more and more of what is played in Modern, I think we're going to see a lot less standard stuff and brand new release cards like Orcish Bowmaster, the One Ring, floating around in the arena. There's just more options to get around that stuff, like Giver of Ruins for the Orcish Bowmasters. Look at that, a Giver of Ruins on turn 1 probably. Let's keep it. Let's see how we want to do this. Probably going to go Hallowed Fountain, Giver of Ruins. Oh yeah, baby. Pay 2 life. Giver of Ruins. Ornithopter. Pass the turn. What do you got? Yes, a Giver of Ruins. Yes. Well, that's fine. That is 100% fine, but now we know that he is removing artifacts, which kind of bad for us. We drop the Vault Skirge, we pass the turn. Giver of Ruins does not attack. Yep, and that's the thing. Like, he has to go after the Giver of Ruins here. Oh my. He does not want me having creatures. We might have to go on to round 3 here. Well, we could still do things, right? We could play the Esper Sentinel, build up our mana base a little bit. Opponent's just been killing our things. And Hold does not take Jarsoul. We do get to draw a card. Okay. We Ingenious Smith. We grab Retrofitter Foundry. We play the Retrofitter Foundry. We grow the Ingenious Smith above the Bowmasters, of course, as it were. It's almost time for Lurrus to come back and get our stuff back that he so rudely took from us. No blocks. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Interesting. Continuing to build up mana. We are taking the Goblin. We're growing the Smith. We're playing the Michiko's Reign of Truth. Let's see how big this boy gets. He gets up to an 8. Okay. Swing. Pass the turn. You may discard 2 cards. He discards 1, and that's a Thoughtseize. Maybe holding Thoughtseize for the Lurrus was the right move, my friend. But he's probably got Fatal Push. He's already removed my Giver of Ruins, but it used most of his early game removal to handle that stuff. Alright, spin it to win it, baby. You get another Jarsoul, which is not what you wanted. That's fantastic. Alright, what do you get? A Strangle for the Smith. We're going to grow the Smith before you do that. He goes down to 1. Oops. Oops. Grow that. Drop this. Bam. Baby, we getting in there for damage. We are getting in there, baby. Down to 5, sir. Okay, let's pick this up. Play it. He's only got 2 cards left. He probably does have a little bit of removal left, but we want to keep playing just really tempo-y stuff. Now we can use the Ornithopter, grow the Smith some more. He's got to determine whether to remove Lurrus or to remove the Smith. Okay. Well, he's searching his library for a card. What's he going to get? What can he get that's good here? Nothing. Yeah, nothing's good here. we're just way too much on tempo. Now, I will say Giver of Ruins was removed very early, but I will still swear by, it did its job. You know, they had to remove Giver of Ruins first, and then they had to remove the Vault Skirge. So, win-win. Play first, and we get an Esper Citadel, we get an Ornithopter, Hope of Ghirapur, Portable Hole, and all that glitters. This has magic cards in it. I like the magic cards, and we're going to keep the magic cards. Let's go. Starting here, starting Esper Sentinel, turn 1, and then, of course, Ornithopter. Opponent. What you got there, buddy? Looks like it's definitely a 5-color deck, right? It's got to be a 5-color deck. We see 2 colors here. Gigantha, always kind of a weird card. I haven't been beat by Gigantha decks very often, but, you know, I've heard that they're good. Portable Hole, drop the Halfling in the hole, swing for 1, pass the turn. Now we got 2 mana available for next turn, which is fantastic. Opponent. I think next turn we're just going to tax him even more with another Esper Sentinel and probably drop in Hope of Ghirapur. Okay, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to just swing in right here for 1 for the win. There's a pause. Scares me. Don't do that. Esper Sentinel. Okay, he exiles the Sentinel. That's not what we wanted to see. Torch the tower. Well, that makes me think that he might not have board wipes. So let's build it out like this. Pass the turn back to the opponent. Get the snow-covered forest. So he's playing Snowlands. Looking at the Hope of Ghirapur. Interesting card. If you do not know, you can sacrifice this, and until the end of your next turn, target player who has dealt combat damage by Hope of Ghirapur can't cast non-creature spells. He blew up a land. Oh my god. Stone Rain. Destroy target land. Well, alright, we're playing the Salt deck. We could get around this. Huh. Can we? Can we get around this? Well, if we draw a land, we're in really good shape. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. He does tap. We did not draw the mana. We take the Goblin. We swing for 2. Maybe we're just poking him to death with no lands. It's a shame. It is a shame. Gets rid of Minsk and Boo? Really? Does he have a second one? You give him a Minsk and Boo for Jarsel? Oh. Okay. Okay. I get what you're doing. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. Okay. Hey. Baby. Never didn't have this one, huh? Alright. Well, my lands are indestructible, so the destroy target land doesn't really work. We're going to actually sacrifice Hope of Ghirapur as per the option. There you go. Only creature spells from you, sir. Only creature spells. Yep, that's what I thought. I'm going to destroy your lands. I don't really care. A Giver of Ruins comes into this matchup. All that glitters, even though it was the victorious card, we pop those out. Let's see what we got. No white mana. That's the main problem with this hand. Don't think we can live long enough to get it either. So we mulligan. The rare mulligan from this channel. I hate mulliganing. Hate it. We drop the Smith, I think. Turn 1, Giver of Ruins. Turn 2, Esper Sentinel. Okay. We'll get another land. That's actually pretty good. Giver of Ruins. Pass. Jarko costs 3, I believe. I should say Alchemy costs 3. It's just the Alchemy cards. I play some Alchemy cards because they make them so overpowered to try to get people to play them. And people still don't play them, you know? They still don't play them. Well, they play them, but they're never going to play in Alchemy. Why play Alchemy when you can play real formats? Or at least as close to real as Magic the Gathering Arena has it right now. They're working on building that stuff out. Oh, okay. Yeah, we get a proc. We get to draw an Innovative Metatect. Awesome. You do get a Karn, though. That is scary. Uh-huh. Okay. Well, that was awfully painful, but we do have this, and we do have, what, 5, 6? We need to deal 6. Put that here, and we're going to have to risk it for the biscuit here. Go after this Karn, kill it. Drop the Ornithopter. And we don't have protection up for this turn because Giver of Ruins we had to use to kill the card. Had to kill the Karn. Karn kills us. Karn is one of the most dangerous cards against our deck. Opponent having that on the field, unacceptable. The problem that these Rakdos decks, guys that play a lot of red, green, stuff like that, they're used to being so far out ahead of their opponents that when they're from behind, they have trouble trying to figure out what they're supposed to be doing. All right, we're going to drop this. Innovative Metatect. We're going to swing with the Esper Sentinel. And if he gives us a card, great. All right, let's see if you give us a card. Or do you block with the Halfling? He blocks with the Halfling. That's fine. Does he give it protection? Watch a Titanic Growth or something like that come through. Protection from green? Does it work like this? We're gonna find out. Take the action, grab this, place it tapped. Now, hypothetically, this should just balance out to 0. There's a pause here. Haha, he decides he's going to kill it, finally. Okay, we're happy with that. Portable hole. Grab the Halfling, pass the turn. I would say even though the opponent got to do some things there, we came out on top of that situation. Okay. He pays the 1. He exiles the Ornithopter. We let this come in tapped. We play the Scourge. We play the Michiko's Reign of Truth. Put it on the Esper Sentinel. Swinging for 5. These guys love to protect Jarcel as long as they can. We get to grab a card out of our library. It is a Retrofitter Foundry. We play it. All right. Now, what do you have? The One Ring. Okay, we get to draw a card. Yeah, it's a shame. It is definitely a shame. Search your library for a snowland. Put it onto the battlefield tapped. Shuffle. Interesting. Another Highland Forest. We get another Esper Sentinel. It doesn't matter where we put this. Drop another Sentinel. Pick up the Lurrus and pass the turn. Okay, not much in the graveyard to get. This is fine. We're doing fine. Opponent gonna start taking some damage from the One Ring, but he's probably gonna draw another ring to kind of cycle them out. Has plenty of mana open. 5 cards in hand, and he can still pick up his I always have trouble with this word. With the Wellspring. Minsk Ambu. Dangerous. Certainly is dangerous. -2. Huh. Okay. Killing the Scourge. Fine. Jar Skull does things, but not really. And here we go. We could drop a Lurrus. He's tapped out. We could drop an Ensoul Artifact. Oh, right, because, okay, I kind of screwed it up there a little bit. Would not have dropped the Lurrus. I always forget that that cannot be, what would you say, targeted by anything that's not an artifact, right? Playing on tempo, baby, that's what happens. So he's running out of life. We've been able to answer all of his questions and then some. Let's see if he has more answers to our questions in particular. Which is, what do you do against a Lurrus? I mean, well, you remove the Lurrus, right? He's looking for it. He's looking for his answer. He draws 3 now. Cycling rings. Do you pay? You do not. You like what you have in your hand. You want to play them. Okay. Digging even deeper. Cute stuff, man. Cute stuff. Really thinking what I want him to do here. I don't know if it actually matters. A board wipe would be nice. But most of his board wipes, because he's red, are going to be damage spells. And though there are some damage spells that would wipe my board, it makes it a little bit harder at least. Okay, Stonebrain. Okay, you killed a land. Doesn't matter. Does not matter at all. Ooh, I got the removal of land thing. Don't care. All right. Well, we got 4 mana to play with. We definitely want to do Ingenious Smith. We want to grab Hull. Hull doesn't hit that. We grab the Citadel. We play the Citadel. We grow the Smith. We play the Vault Skirge. Bam. Take some damage. We Ensoul Artifact on the Retrofitter Foundry. We cannot swing this turn. Do you have a board wipe, sir? Just a simple, easy question. Do you have a board wipe? If you have a board wipe, you win. If you do not, you lose. We're just going to wait for you to either play your board wipe or whatever. Mr. Solitaire over here with the 1 ring down to 33 cards in deck. So got plenty of ammunition. That ain't going to help. We get to draw 2 cards. Like, he is way too involved in his Solitaire game. Like, even if you get a bomb out here, Fable and Mirrorbreaker is not a bomb in this format. Usually. It's good. It's not a bomb. In Standard, the reason why they had to make it illegal was because it was such a bomb. When you saw Fable of the Mirrorbreaker, you knew you lost. And that's why I always played 3 negates in Standard. Alright, he draws with the ring. He's still playing Solitaire. Minsk and Boo. Okay, fine. You're going to sack the Boo. You're going to kill a thing. Nope, he's going to put counters on it. Fine. All of your work will come to naught. Grab the Minsk and Boo. Okay. What else? What do we swing with? We swing 5, 10, 11. And then the Vault Skirge. That's so crazy. We're going to drop this. We're going to drop this. So much Solitaire. He let me draw so many cards. Do not let an artifact player draw a bunch of cards. Yeah, it's not going to go well for you. Well, we're going to grab you as well. Yeah, all of you guys go this way. Go forward. Don't know why this match. Oh, he threw another ring down. I missed it. Oh, I missed it. I did not see the ring come down. Oops. I want to give the oops. Oops. That's probably why he was acting so confident. I did not see that ring come down. We should have killed the Minkskin Boo. That's what I get for talking too much. The YouTuber paradigm is you have to be great at the games that you play, right? But you have to also speak well while you're playing those games. And therefore, sometimes, oh, you kind of run into little trapparoos. It's fine. Even with his traps, even with his tricks, I think we've got a nice little treat for him at the end. Oh, man. Wow. It does happen. He's got a lot of cards. He's got a lot of things that he could do. But we have a lot of things as well. Uh-huh. Well, that is certainly a shame. Hey, that's a little bit late. A little bit late for the party with Giver of Ruins. Be nice to have two Giver of Ruins. You just protect the other Giver of Ruins. He's got to find a way out of this turn. That is the upside to what we have done. Maybe we were just showing aggression by attacking all in like that. Right, we're just showing aggression like, I could if I wanted to, but do I want to? Go ahead, drop your fourth ring, Mr. Ring Player. That's one. I guess we're still only on the second one, apparently. Yeah, I must have missed something, but it does not matter. He's going to rope us because he's like, well, how do I get out of this? My calculations were correct that this is a good deck. Yeah, these are generally very good cards. Jarskull's very good. Minkskin Boo's very good. Fable of the Mirror Breaker is really good. The One Ring is really good. But let me introduce you to Portable Hole and Uncommon. Michiko's Reign of Truth and Uncommon. Of course, Esper Sentinel with Retrofitter Foundry. We have so many good cards. And at half the price of your deck there, sir. We even run basic lands. Another Minkskin Boo. It's actually fine. X damage. Okay, well, you're dealing a damage to a Vault Skirge. That's fine. We still have the Hope of Ghirapur in the air. Still 3 mana available. He does a thing. So what do you get? The Minkskin Boo? You could get... Oh, man, you know what? I need to actually read some of these alchemy cards that are used. Because he can reanimate the Minkskin Boo. That's kind of crazy. Like, I love you, wizards, but quit pushing alchemy. Yeah, okay. Hope of Ghirapur definitely goes down. Yep, there it goes. Well, we're going to sacrifice it. I'd prefer it to be in the air, but hey, this works as well. This is alchemy. This is alchemy. Opponent is like fully dedicated to alchemy. There's another Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Passes turn. Okay. I haven't seen anything that's really terrible for us. Put it on this Esper Sentinel. Put out the Giver of Ruins. If this was next turn, we could give Michiko's Reign of... Or the Portrait of Michiko. Protection from red, and we should be able to swing in there. But as it stands, he still has Summoning Sickness. Ornithopter. Play the Ornithopter. Throws the boys. He scoops. Okay. Well, it was fun. How to get through the One Ring? Well, persistence is the answer. Especially, he had like very little to no removal. His only removal was Minkskin Boo. The -2 on it. That's not great. That is not great for sure. So, able to get around that one very easily. All we had to do was just keep throwing creatures down. And even though he kept getting protection from the One Ring, and we swung right into the second or third. It felt like the 50th, but, you know, it had to only be the second one. Well, lo and behold, all you had to do is make your guys bigger and bigger boys. And eventually your opponent sees there's no possible way to win, and they leave. All right, a couple Coast, a couple Ingenious Smiths, some Ornithopters. I think we just mana pass here. Oh no, this is not the deck we want to do mana pass on. Okay, well, all right, have your fun. Have your fun. This is a deck that kind of gives us some trouble sometimes. Really depends on what we draw. It depends on what the opponent draws. It's so much better in best of 3 because we can go down and get more removal. But he is going to have some fun to start the match. Interesting. Drop a Smith. We reach out and grab Ornithopter. We Ornithopter. Ornithopter. And we'll hold this Ornithopter. End the turn. Drop the Smith. Start the next turn. Michiko's Reign of Truth looking really sexy. Long pauses from the opponent, also really sexy. Notice, mono red moves nice and slow a lot of the time. I'm going to block this one. Okay. All right, Smith. Grabbing Retrofitter Foundry. Yes, sir. Dropping Retrofitter Foundry. Dropping Ornithopter. Passing the turn. Now we get a really good block here. Could wipe his board even. When it enters a battlefield, choose a creature card. In your hand, it perpetually gets haste. Thank you very much, Historic. Or, not Historic, I'm sorry, Alchemy, for making me read yet another one of your cards. Okay, but this guy does not read, so sack it. Make a 4/4. Grow the Smith. Blocking here, blocking here, blocking here, blocking here. I have to read your cards. You should probably read mine. Okay, that might have been a little bit salty. Oh, the things Alchemy does to me. Oh, boy. Strangle on that. Really interesting. He throws my Esper Sentinel down and passes back to moi. Well, we're being asked some questions. I think we do it like this. Coast would not have come down untapped. We set up for next turn. No attacks. End the turn. So, a hand that started kind of iffy, it's actually ended up very, very strong. Yep, you're not attacking this time? Well, that is a shame. We're just going to create a servo then. Grows the Smith. Drops the land. Drops Michiko's Reign of Truth. We will actually pay this. Always pay the tax man. We don't want red getting any more cards. Swing. Any more swings? Nah, just a one. We just want to get a card off of this. A non-land, please. It is a good one. It is Ensoul Artifact. This game is as good as over, my man. You put up a good fight. Oh. Oh. Okay. Is that a dwarf? It is a dwarf noble. Okay, so we have to block all of this stuff. Deals damage. Just any kind of damage. Okay. So, what we are going to do is we're going to actually flip this now. We're going to block here. We're going to block here. Block this. And +2, right? Yeah, +2. Oh. So we've killed most of his field. And we keep the important stuff alive. Awesome. We put this dude here. We drop this in a hole, and he scoops. Yeah. I love how Mono Red continues to try. They continue to try. Giver of Ruins, probably strong. Seem to make his way back in every single time. Metatech go down 1, and we are going to go down 1. All that glitters and go. Oh, nope. Nope. All right. Johnny Armless must need a win. That's what I'm seeing right here. Man, oh man, that is a roof. All right, well, we will pay the 2. We will pay 2 more, paying 4 life for Vault Skirge. But on turn 2, it could swing in as 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 4 damage is pretty good. But we could also drop this into a hole, and now that's the move. All right. Well, thank you a lot, Gods of Arena, for this beautiful, beautiful hand shuffler thing that you have that you call a shuffler. It's wonderful. It is wonderful. And we are way behind. All right, Retrofitter Foundry. Wait, what? Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, rampaging Ferocodon deals 1 damage to that creature's controller. Fantastic. Well, we have a lot of creatures we're going to be putting out. But I will happily pay 1 for every single one of them. That's not good. I think he's got me here. I think he's got me. Yep. All right. Good game. Shuffler, thank you very much. Give him a little good game, and let's just go again. That was a fake match. That match was fake. That's why I play best of 3 rather than best of 1 too, by the way. Like, honestly, can we really get screwed? 2 of 3 of the hand draws. Let's see. Nope, see? We're perfect. We are perfect. So perfect. Ornithopter, Retrofitter Foundry, and pass the turn. Opponent plays a mountain, and we're going to go ahead and do this now. Alright. Swings away, dropping Citadel, dropping Smith, grabbing another Retrofitter Foundry. Maybe it can kill us 2 times in a row. We shall see. Emissary for free, basically. Emissary for free, basically. And the Abrade. Alright, alright. So I see you got some moves. We drop the Retrofitter Foundry, grows the Smith. Michiko's Reign of Truth grows the Smith some more, swings in for 6. Do you block? Negative, Ghost Rider. He thinks he is the aggro here. We are about to show him the true aggro. He's probably going to remove the Smith. Alright. Well, we got to get out of this with Lurrus. And we'll give that. Pick up the Lurrus. We need it to survive. There's a Ferocodon. We go down to 12. We flip the Saga. That does deal damage to us. I was wondering if it would. We drop the Lurrus. We get damage dealt again. Yes. We drop the Ornithopter. We take even more damage. Ouch. And we pass the turn. If Lurrus survives for this turn, we pump him like crazy and swing in with our heart's content because we need that lifelink, baby. All right. We get the Burning Tree Emissary. Takes a damage. He's down to 9. All right. Lurrus looks like she has a really good swing. I don't know if that's a he or a she. It's. No animal I know that is nice has 4 eyes. Certainly a lot of stuff for the opponent. Very wide. All right, before my turn starts, we pop the Ornithopter. We make a thingamajig. We take a damage. We create another servo. Don't worry, we're getting all of this back. We drop the Ornithopter or the Smith. We drop a mana. We drop an Ornithopter. We take another damage. He has no cards in hand. We Michiko's Reign of Truth on the Den. And we swing for big time fatal. And we get a bunch of our life back. Alright, chumping. That's what we like to see, baby. Mono red is not great in Historic. Why didn't I gain life? I spoke too soon. What is stopping me from gaining life? Huh. Something's stopping me from gaining life. Oh, players can't gain life from the Ferocidon. Okay, that makes sense. Pass. Comes all in. Okay, so. That is something I did not take into consideration. Let's see. This is 4. We have to block that. That's 7. We have to block that. That's another 2. We have to block that. Create another one. We block here. We double block here. We double block here. We take 3. Is that what I'm seeing? Oh, man. Oh, yes. That is what we like to see, baby. Oh, whew. Oh, that was fun. That was great fun. Oh, he thought he had me. Retrofitter Foundry for the win. Wow. That was incredible. That was wonderful. That was everything I wanted in a Magic the Gathering match. That's it. You can't really go up from here, so channel is over. Thank you for being part of the channel all of this 1.25 year, and we're shutting it down. We're done. It's over. It was a good run. Bye. We will opt to play first and mulligan the first hand. Immediately, right off of the bat. This is fine. We drop a Smith. Let's drop the Hope of Ghirapur. Be a little risky. Get the Retrofitter Foundry running and Ingenious Smiths in the background. Hopefully gonna tutor up some good stuff. We get Hive of the Eye Tyrant. All right. Not a good start for us. And a Thoughtseize. Terrible start for us. Absolutely bananas bonkers bad. Probably dropping a Smith off in the bin. Maybe Ensoul Artifact is good enough. It will tell us a lot about his hand what he gets rid of. If he gets rid of the Smith, he probably has removal. Okay, so he might not have removal then. Let's pay 2. Smith. Hole or guaranteed land drop? I think we go guaranteed land drop. We've been kind of struggling with land in the last couple of matches. Maybe the hole was smart for the inevitable Bowmasters. Certainly does take his time. He does have a push. Interesting. Smith. Dig. I guess this time we actually go with the portable hole. We drop the bridge past the turn. Opponent. Plays a pathway. Plays a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Dropping land. Dropping Ornithopter. Swinging. Do you trade? Or do you chump? He knows about the portable hole, so he might chump with this. Certainly taking his time with the decision, though, isn't he? He does not. Well, we grab the Shaman. We drop the Metatect. We end the turn. Now we're going to flip the Ornithopter here before my turn starts, and then we could possibly draw some cards off of the Metatect. Our opponent certainly takes his time. He drops the Bowmasters, so interesting choice. Plays a bridge. What else, though? Come on, opponent. The One Ring to rule them all. All right, we'll take another turn and set up. Grows our boys a little bit bigger. What do we draw? He is going to draw off of the One Ring. We get a Michiko's Reign of Truth, which is really good. Can't do anything this turn. Might as well make a servo guy. And pass. Back to the opponent. Flips the Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Nice little 2-2 with nothing else on the field. That's how we like to see Fable. All he is a 2-2 right now. This is really dangerous with Bowmasters. Okay, you drew some cards. What else? Another Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Would love to say it was interesting, but it's really not. He's just doing Rakdos things. Let's see, we draw a Vault Skirge. That's good. I like Vault Skirge. I also like Michiko's Reign of Truth. Target this. We might as well drop this as well, so it makes the Ingenious Smith just a little bit bigger. Okay. Then we swing for Fatal. Mr. Opponent, you gotta go faster. Alright. Bowmasters gets the Vault Skirge. That's fine. We grew the Smith. We swing heavy. Heavy swing. What do you do? Can't copy the Bowmasters yet. Blocks a 7. Takes 10? I don't think that's right. Oh yeah, he's going to dedicate more to a block. I think that's closer to right. Okay. Yep. Down to 10. We get to draw a card. It is an Ornithopter. That is phenomenal news. Perfect. Takes 2. Down to 8. You may discard up to 2 if you do draw that many cards. What do you discard, if anything? This guy is going to cause editing to be atrocious with this one. So, hope you guys enjoy the content. Hope you enjoy the conversation, because editing this, I could see already, is going to be a nightmare. It's these little minor cuts all throughout. But that's fine. Another ring, of course. Players this slow have to have all 4 rings in the hand. Well, that makes Michiko's Reign of Truth a lot worse. He kept the wrong one. All right, perfect stuff. You love to see it. All that time thinking and you chose the wrong one. And you messed that up. Well, we sacrifice our Ornithopter. Can't be a new player. He's playing in Diamond. Maybe he just picked this deck up and he's just trying it out. But, yeah. I would say not going perfectly for him. We'll grow this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We drop the portable hole. Grabbing... I guess we have to grab the Goblin. That's fine. I always forget. Michiko's Reflection of Kiki-Jiki. 3 mana. It's fine. He goes down to 5. He flips another Reflection of the Kiki-Jiki. Now he could do that little infinite thing with the Reflection and Kiki-Jiki, but I don't think it's enough to kill us. And besides, he's still got to survive my next turn. Shieldred's... Okay, well, he's got it now. He's got it. Oh my god, this guy. This guy. I'm losing my patience here. Alright, he draws a bunch of cards. He gains a bunch of life, and we scoop it on away. Slowest player in the history of Magic the Gathering. I'm almost 100% certain. Alright, we don't... Oh, okay, he is there. Right. And we're going to opt to play first. I think this hand is fine. Shock in the Hallowed Fountain. Play Esper Sentinel Ornithopter. Turn 1. Turn 2, Ingenious Smith. Turn 3, probably dropping the bridge, doing some other things. Opponent notoriously slow. Okay, he moves down to 6. That's at least good. Shock. Sentinel. Ornithopter past the turn. Opponent. Pathway. Push. We draw a card. Okay, he pushes off the Ornithopter, which is fine. Huh, do we change our mind with the Michiko's Reign of Truth? I think so. I think we Scourge here. Swing. Bridge. Pass. Opponent. Lockswine. Okay. Do you have another fatal push? That's the real question that we need to ask. And with the speed of our opponent, we can ponder for multiple moments and just build anticipation. So looking at that Scourge, like he kind of wants to remove that. We will play the Citadel. I think we swing. I don't think we pop the Michiko's Reign of Truth because we got that pause there. I really think he's thinking about removing one of these two creatures. He is. Perfect. Now we play the Ingenious Smith. We reach down, we grab a portable hole. We drop the Vault Skirge, growing the Ingenious Smith. Now it does not die to Bowmasters. But Vault Skirges do. Interesting. Cool. Well, we got some options now, baby. We do this. We grow the Scourge. We swing. We're hoping he blocks with the Orc Army. He does. Playing it right, just perfectly by the book. He is playing it by the book, which gives us the advantage. Because we don't play by the book at all. I looked at the book, saw that there were a lot of words, and decided it wasn't worth my time to actually sit down and read all the words. There's the push. Fine. We get a Retrofitter Foundry. We grow the Smith to 7. Well, this is time to get some damage off. Put this on the Citadel. Swing for 12. Drop the Retrofitter Foundry. Oh no, I missed Fatal. I missed Fatal. Yep, should have put the Foundry down first. Then we would have had Fatal. Opponent scoops it up anyway. That's fine. It is fine. We're doing great. I did miss Fatal there, and I will definitely point that out whenever I see that I definitely missed Fatal. I do want to put the one slip out the back in here, because if he gets Shieldred down on the ground and expects to gain a bunch of life with drawing cards off of the one ring, then we have a response, and I think that that's going to be important for this match. Lord Vaughn, round 3. The big boss is here, and the rubber match is upon us. See what we can do. Well, we can't do much with this hand. We can die with this hand, but we can't do much else other than that. Don't really like that option. We do have a Giver of Ruins, Esper Sentinel. This is a good hand. We like it. Throw away the Scourge. Yeah. Throw away the Scourge. Giver of Ruins is good in this matchup. Pay 2. We are going to start with the Esper Sentinel, though. Because Giver of Ruins has that summoning sickness. We will get to draw a card off of it, so we do get some advantage for playing the Esper Sentinel first. We're expecting removal. Our opponent loves removal. Now we could Giver of Ruins, we could Retrofitter Foundry. If he has more removal, he's going to target Giver of Ruins, which is fine by me. We're hoping he doesn't read cards. Alright, goes a day, he exiles that. That is fine. I don't mind that card at all. Drop the Smith. We reach down, we grab a portable hole. Drop a Citadel. Grow the Smith. Play the Ornithopter. Pass the turn, and here we go. We got Giver of Ruins on the field. If he targets anything with removal, it has to be Giver of Ruins, otherwise he wastes a card. Okay, Sheoldred the Apocalypse. Well, we flip the Ornithopter. Grows the Smith. Passes the turn. Okay, now we get to demonstrate how good Giver of Ruins is. Okay, we lose a couple life. We drop this. We... what? Well, let's see how big this gets. There. 9. Tap the Giver of Ruins. Give this protection from black. Awesome. Swing in for 9 damage. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Well, he does gain a couple of life from his Sheoldred. Inquisition of Kozilek. Well, we don't have anything in our hand to really hurt you. There's a Bone Crusher Giant. Okay. What else? You've played your hand. What we do is we grow the Smith. Let's draw. Oh, gross. It is unfortunate. Let's do this. Let's give this protection from black. Swing. What do you do? Okay, he blocks with the Bone Crusher Giant. He seems like the kind of person who wants to block with Sheoldred. Thinking about it. Huh. Oh. Okay. That would have been very strange indeed. Yes, that's fine. Down to 8. Pick up the Lurrus. I think we drop one of these anyway. Just to grow the Smith. Just to grow the Smith. Problem is he's got red and black, so Giver of Ruins going to be a little bit awkward here, but we've made him block in certain ways. We like that. Aha, he kills the Giver of Ruins. Probably smart, maybe too late. Okay. That's fine. Flips the boy. Drops the Ornithopter. Should we play Lurrus? Oh yeah, baby. We are, but we're going to swing first. Swing, swing, go. Very cautious player. Smart enough to keep the Sheoldred alive. Drop the Lurrus. Play the Ornithopter. Pass the turn. It doesn't really matter. Giver of Ruins really showing herself to be pretty solid in this deck. Maybe even going to the main board. maybe up to 3. No, wait, up to 5. Right. It takes a 2 and goes up to 5. It doesn't really matter. He's playing it nice and nerdy, nice and slow, but we don't need to worry about any of that. Sacking the Thopter, growing the Smith. Yep, I mean, it's an all swing. Draw. Yep, that's fine. Yep, that's fine. Giver of Ruins comes back out to play, and here we go. Here is what I say I should swing with. How do you respond? He could barely survive here. Ah, he's got a Bowmasters, so he does some stuff. Yep, damage in the face. Okay. Okay, he takes no damage. Congratulations. Cool stuff. Oh, we got this. We've definitely got him. It's just, does he know it yet? I do like how he's continuing to try. Yes, he scoops. Yeah, not much you can do about that. All right, so let's go ahead and go to a post-game wrap, and I will show you so far on untapped.gg exactly how this deck is doing. So we want to see exactly how this particular deck is doing. Highest rank is Diamond Tier 1. You just saw it as we were playing it just now. Win rate against Mono Green is 67%. Against Rakdos is 60%. Against Gagori, it's a little bit lower. But we crush most of the meta. The things that really give us trouble is Gruul. Anything with green that's not mono green, apparently, based off of these stats. But most of the metagame that we're seeing, which is a lot of Rakdos, we are 6-4 against that deck, and that's what's actually pushing this deck further. Also, Dimir, great deck, but for us, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Anything with black in it at all, just because of the way that we just continually reanimate the same things over and over again, we just absolutely crush those decks that try to run removal and don't have any exile effects. Exile effects very strong against us. That might be why green does so well against us, and if they get their mana ramp going really quickly and get into those matches, they win those. Also, interesting note, against Is It Wizards, we are 3 wins, 1 loss against those. So fantastic stat lines against the good decks in the arena. So overall, super happy with this. Definitely pushing up into Mythic. Stalled out a little bit today, but that is A-okay. Let's look particularly at this deck before we jump off of here. We are looking at specifically our deck. And since we updated the deck, let me see if I am reading this correctly. Overall, this is the, yep. Added the 3 Giver of Ruins. Added the 1 Sir Ginger, the 4 Glass Caskets, the Metallic Rebukes, and removed 2 Slip Out the Backs. Since we have done that, we have won 73% of games. We have played for an hour of 2 hours and 26 minutes, 8-3 overall. So this guy is just getting better and better over time. Now, I will say that chances are this is going to fall in like the 60% win rate, maybe a 62.5% win rate over time, because lo and behold, as you play more matches, you run into some bad mana bases, you run into this and that, somebody's just playing something way off meta that just throws you off. But since updating this to getting those Giver of Ruins into the sideboard, I mean, you saw in the last round how good Giver of Ruins is when it's good. In fact, I would say that it forces your opponent to play in ways that you want your opponent to play. Like, our opponent didn't do it, but I think it would have been smart to actually trade off the Bone Crusher Giant. And he didn't do it, but he should have. His desire to not do what I wanted him to do actually caused him probably to lose the game. We went from Diamond Tier 3 to Diamond Tier 1 with just putting the Giver of Ruins into the deck, into the sideboard. And I would say that that in and of itself shows you the power of Giver of Ruins, putting that in there. And we did it all thanks to getting the Historic Anthology 7. Thank you guys so much for convincing me to do that rather than getting the Explorer Anthology. There was reason behind the madness. Like I was really wanting to get the Explorer Anthology because, well, lo and behold, our collection is very sparse, as you can see. It is growing. It is definitely growing, but there is definitely room for improvement. And we are starting to collect quite a bit for Explorer. Now, we could do that over time because in historic events, you're going to be collecting cards from non-standard Magic the Gathering Arena sets that have been released on Arena. So we will start to build that stuff out more and more thoroughly. We might start moving away from drafts until the new set releases and just do traditional historic events whenever the opportunity arises. But before we even get into those, we're continuing to practice with our Azorious Artifacts deck so that we nail it down even stronger what exactly the play lines are that we are going to be playing. The advantage of playing one set of cards, a couple of different colors, and really mastering exactly what a particular deck is trying to do is that you have advantage in the long game, because the longer the game goes on and your opponent's playing a brand new deck and they misplay a card that they don't know too well, say like an Orcish Bowmasters or the One Ring, which we saw in the matches before us, then that gives us a heightened advantage because chances are we're not misplaying, at least not often. I do misplay, but it's not nearly as often as if I'm picking up a brand new deck fresh off of the press and trying to get wins that way. Yeah. That's it. That's all that I wanted to show. We did get the Historic Anthology 7. We've updated our Azorious Artifacts deck. We got it to within 2 or 3 matches of actually getting up into Mythic. It is right now the 24th. So we are definitely going to be able to get it into Mythic before the end of the month, especially with the new version having a 73% win rate. Join me in Mythic next time as we continue to press forward our advantage. Well, I should say once you get to Mythic, there's not much to do in Mythic, so we're probably going to go into historic events and continue to gain even more cards. Thank you for joining today. This is the free-to-play account, brand new account, just started on August the 1st, 2023, and we are already blasting into historic Mythic level play. As said, and I've said it multiple times, you don't really have to spend money on Magic the Gathering Arena if you don't want to. On my other account, I do spend some money, mostly because I like to draft and continue to draft and continue and go on and on and on and on over and over and over again. I really enjoy doing that. It might have something to do with a lot of Magic players have this kind of personality, this very addictive personality, and just opening pack and pack and pack and pack and getting gems and all that stuff. It's just very addictive quality, but you don't have to be that way. Spend money at your own whim on Magic the Gathering Arena. There is nothing wrong with that, but I just wanted to see if you could do it for free, and I think that we are proving time and time again that we most certainly can play this for 100% free. Again, thank you for joining today. Make sure that you've liked the channel and subscribe to the video. No, liked the video and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time in the arena. Bye.